You're a good kitty, right, Garfield? Do you see the stream?
Girly assassin.
What?
You see the stream?
Give me a second. Yes. Let's do it.
Alright, you watching?
Yes.
I got you, Garf. You're alright, Garf. Don't worry, Garfield. I got you. Epilogue.
We did it.
Many, many years later. We did it. Where am I? I've been walking for too long. What, Garfield? Whoa. Whoa. Just enjoying the fire. I don't have a shadow. Oh no, I'm a vampire. Whoa. It's really sandy. I think there's a problem. I've been exploring for so long. Some black sand. Oh, did you see that sunset? Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Where am I? Oh. I think I might be stuck. Use my face to look around, by the way. My right hand's covered by a cat.
Damn.
Stanley Parable 2 review. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. When the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off in the territory nobody asked for in an infinitely deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. Must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from blank. Everybody loves the bucket. The bucket's the best part. Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launches to a massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property and blah, blah, blah. That's just too much. I don't care anymore. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute.
Jim,
Jim.
Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim.
Jim. Jim.
Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim. Jim.
Buttons of Jim's.
Jim.
Oh wait, there was more over here that I didn't even see. I gotta press these ones too. Pretty sure there's a secret in one of them.
Jim. 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 Jim.
Still hear the keyboard in the background. Even more buttons.
Jim. Stanley. Jim. Stanley.
That one says Stanley.
Stanley. Stanley. Stanley. Stanley. Stanley.
Curly, are you hearing this?
Stanley. 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 Stanley.
It says
God.
Stanley. Wait, what's that? Okay, I don't actually know what that is. I want to screenshot that. What is that? I can't tell what that is. Well, I got a screenshot of it. I'm gonna get a good look whenever I get the chance. The Stanlerines! Yeah! Whoa. The office, it's still here. After all this time. Oh, is it going to ask me to adjust my date and time? Hey, hello again. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. But did you read the developer said preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Excuse me. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's snag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? See, that was the narrative problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. The Stanley Parable 3. The ghoulish birthday party, since mine is soon. No, atomic birthday party. There we go. Confirm. Stanley Parable 3, atomic birthday party. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you start the game, we'll advance the number of sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. Just be the same content recycled again and again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say it as well. Let's do it!
Let's do it.
Let's do it! Good, then it's agreed. New sequel. You know what? Since you've been putting faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. See, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken trophy, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The trophy machine is all fixed. See, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It'd only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. 7:35. Please adjust the slider until the computer is rarely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. The end is never the end is never the end. Atomic birthday party. Coming to a staircase, Stanley decided to go upstairs to his boss's office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, and it opens the door again.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Now I can go back, finally. I don't want to go back. There's something I must do.
You wanted to get that new content again.
And I'm taking the bucket with me this time.
The bucket.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
you would have
and
to
about
do
how
then
roundly
to
disappointing
super go
this
outside
ultra deluxe
and
version has turned out to be. The
Yeah.
original Stanley Parable
Super go
was
outside isn't this hardest
and any
commitment.
new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Wait, what is he introducing Stanley Parable 2 if we're on the Stanley
Yes, you
Parable
see,
3?
isn't this far superior to a
What about
measly
the book?
port
I
with a
brought
few
the book
minor
with me.
additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on.
Now, something I wanted to do before the trophy real quick.
Wait, there are
There's two buckets here. How did you get a second bucket?
Oh no, the warmth
and comfort of a single bucket is already so great.
So intoxicatingly
Wonderful.
With two
Two buckets, there's no telling.
Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Oh.
Stanley!
No!
I didn't lose you, Stanley.
What happened?
The power
My
of two
bucket
buckets was
exploded.
too much. I had to destroy both of them.
The bucket. Rest
I
in
know
peace,
how
bucket.
much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
I'll never
Good job,
forgive
narrator.
you. I'll
Good job,
never
narrator.
forgive
You upset
you.
him.
I'll never forgive you, narrator. Ruined my life. Alright, where's the free trophy? Free new plus easy trophy. It's just Stanley holding a trophy.
Now, here's something special.
Special?
You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you
Test
pull
trophy,
it,
please ignore.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait, what in the
What in the holy hell is
going
going on? You got the trophy.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago.
Free
Who
trophy.
fixed it? Is someone here?
Are we being watched?
That we just has
Oh, God.
2 more left.
Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Might as well real quick. Just,
You know what, Stanley? All of his co-workers were gone.
Something
What could
for
it mean?
the long.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Where do I want to go? The want to go left or do I want to go right? I think I'm gonna go left.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find Aunt. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yep, here. Here's the
Stepping
door.
into his
Just
manager's
go.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Come on. Come on. Give me up. Give me up.
Come on.
Stanley
2,
just
8,
sat
4,
around
5.
twiddling his thumbs, trying to
You know what? What if I did this?
input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I figured it out. 2, 8,
2845.
5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code
There
by
you go.
sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Boom, 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 boom. Wow. You can really get some height in that elevator.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, Bucket. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Escape?
Although this passageway had the word escape
Okay.
written, but of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
As tempting as that is, I don't want to do that. You know what? I got a fun ending. I know an ending.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped
love this
and
ending.
fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered.
What
Stanley
to do
and the
next?
bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette.
Narrator, where the hell are we getting these things
For when
from?
The bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Uh-oh.
It unsettled the bucket deeply.
No.
Stanley wasn't usually like this.
What?
The bucket
Oh,
tried
no.
to reach out to him again and again, but to no
I
avail.
thought this was a good
All
ending.
Stanley could think about, all he could talk
But
about,
Stanley-
was going back, doing it over again,
He
staying on
became
the path.
obsessed with regret.
It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was inconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
It was an ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Excuse me.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. I forgot to get my drink earlier, so I'm gonna go grab it now.
Okay.
Great kitty, Garfield. You're the best kitty. You're the best kitty, Garfield.
Talk to the stream, Garfield.
Stay, Garfield. I'll be back.
Landlords can't tell you to go fix it yourself if it's a major repair. It's their responsibility to make sure your place is safe and livable. Spacing out, bud? No, I'm not. If something breaks, you better bring your tools back and come fix it. Otherwise, you can report.
Yes, I'm back. Yes, Kitty, I'm back. Yes, Garfield. Yes, Garfield, I'm back. I'm back, Garfield. I'm back.
So,
Is this saying I got 7 viewers right now?
damn.
Well, when did these 7 viewers appear? I go out to get a drink and my cat welcomes me back with 7 viewers. What do I go for?
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
The only trophies I got left are ones that I gotta reset the game for, so I might as well just play a little bit.
This was not the correct way
I
to
got 7
meet.
people watching. I can't
Stanley had felt
end the
bucket
stream right
calling to
now.
him, telling him that the employee lounge was
Did I get
simply
any
the
comments
place
while I
to
was
be.
gone?
And here it was.
Not that I
Had the
can see.
bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley
All right.
took the door on his
Come on,
left
bucket.
to go back to the meet, and so the two
on
of them
this way.
detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
It's taking me down there. You're not taking me. Oh, it took me.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and
kitty.
I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite
just a
jokes,
drink,
not
kitty.
this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know
scared
I'm
of
the one who
cans.
gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the
Is it saying I got
Adventure Line go
not-
somewhere new. Yes, that's what...
Excuse me, 9 viewers?
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes! It brought back the music!
Now this is what
Damn
the
it!
Stanley
Got rid of the
Parable
music
is all
again.
about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's
I
as
just
classic
lost 6
now as it was
viewers.
back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them
I'm down
more
to 3.
content exactly like
It's okay.
this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley?
Excuse me.
We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very
No,
proud
there's
to
actually a
introduce
way.
a brand new character.
The original.
This is the Bucket
Ooh,
Destroyer.
so they did try to patch it. Good
I
thing I
think
got.
it'll make a
I can
wonderful
jump.
new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a
Okay.
well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me
Okay,
it already
fine.
feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I'll get rid of it.
Can you guess what the Bucket
Why
Destroyer
can't
does?
I can't get rid of it?
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
What the heck?
Go
Oh, the
ahead,
door's
now,
open.
Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket.
Can't open. I can't.
And then
Can't
pop it
destroy it.
into
I
the
can't.
machine when you're ready.
Can't destroy it. You never destroy my bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the
Speedrun
I don't know
practicing.
what the bucket destroyer will
Oh,
do.
I already
if it
did the
can't
speed run,
destroy
but
your
I
bucket.
appreciate
Destroying buckets
the ask.
is all it knows.
There's
That
some other
is
stuff
its
I gotta get
singular
done now.
Personality trait. Sure, I can hear you
Only has,
saying,
like,
how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
I have to
Well,
do
you
that
see,
one
if
trophy
were
where you
to
don't play
really
for 10 years,
explore
but I'm just
the
gonna skip it.
Bucket
And then I
Destroyer,
gotta play
you'll
for the
see
whole
that its desire
duration
to
of a
crush buckets
Tuesday.
is so densely loaded with complexity
But it
and
takes,
nuance
you
that
know,
it's
I have to
really
get
like
to a
10
Tuesday.
personality traits. What other object
currently
in
a
this
Friday.
game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly
Monday.
not. I wonder what
Monday
sort
night.
of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll
Sorry,
have to
I can't give it my bucket.
We
Won't let
can't
me.
get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and go.
Damn. That shit exploded. What, Garfield? Good kitty.
The bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to
You
do
really
such
like that bucket
marvelous
destroyer
things
more
with
than
you,
me.
Tell such spellbinding stories about you, all of it squandered
Fuck
now.
you, narrator.
Goodbye.
Hurting my
friend.
feelings.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Oh, what's up, Laser?
Is Garfield too?
Yeah, he's an orange cat. I know it's a basic name, but I mean, like, I love Garfield. Good kitty. What? He's licking himself right now.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
With Hayden on Garfield FR.
I don't think he was hating.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again. Not
I'd
truly.
never be alone.
Not with the bucket around.
I don't want to go that way. No, wait. I do want to go that way.
It's what everyone thinks of when they're orange. It's what I named mine too.
I actually don't want the bucket. I want to test out something.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Isn't the marker board ending here?
Stanley decided
Yeah,
to
the
go to
whiteboard
meeting room.
ending.
Perhaps he had simply
Wait,
missed
dog
a
mode. Huh? Why have I never seen dog mode?
What you been up to?
Oh, you know, birthday stuff. I've never seen dog mode before. That's really cool.
This was not
My birthday was yesterday.
And Stanley knew it perfectly
Peace.
well.
I think you remember
Perhaps
it.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Birthday's in 2 days. I mean, my party's in 2 days.
Wow.
Excuse me.
This room.
Got a
What
whole bunch of
eager
plans.
To get back to business, Stanley took
What
the
did you
first
get?
open door on his left.
I haven't opened my presents yet because my party is 15th. That's when I open my presents.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
Sorry.
5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Nice.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting? What? Really? What?
Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't
Dog
know
mode
how
is
to
pretty
convince
funny,
you
but
of
where's
this,
cat
but
mode?
I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now,
What you
listen
got
carefully.
planned
This
for
is important.
TMR?
Tomorrow I have to help my
Through
dad
the
clean
red
up
door.
his shop. And then I got... And
Aha,
so
perhaps
instead
you
we're going to be a shop
Stanley
area, it's where we're
walked
going to have
through
the party
red
stuff, because
door. I still don't
it's
think we're
bigger
communicating
than our
properly.
kitchen.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to
You get like
find out
7
what
pizzas,
lies
you're going to
at
have
the
like
end of
6
this
friends
road
going
you've
over.
chosen?
It's
Well,
going to be
don't
pretty
let
baller.
me stop you.
And now that I have the jump, I can...
You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even
Yes.
finished building this section of the
I could
map
figure out
because you were never supposed to be
what's
here
at the
in
bottom.
first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
I know I've done this ending already, but
because I did.
I had to
And
figure
in
out
the
what
end,
was
it
at the
all for
bottom.
nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley.
I don't
Help
think I'm supposed to
elucidate
be
the
here.
strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels
Why did-
ahead of where we were
Wait,
before.
why didn't it take me back to the third option?
Take it for a spin.
Why didn't it take me to the third option? I'm supposed to be up there with the third option. Aren't I supposed to be up with the third option? They didn't teleport me to the third option. I'm still just underneath here. Alright, I'm gonna have to begin the game again.
Crazy
Work
to
with
think
me,
I'm
Stanley.
only an HR and a half away.
Stanley had never seen the office
Yeah.
this brightly lit. Was it a sign of
Pretty
something?
crazy.
He hoped it was. He hoped very
That's
much
what it
that
is,
it
though.
was.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what that ending. Oh. Wait. Oh, there it is. Is that- I don't know if this stream is being accurate. It says I got 11 people watching, but I doubt that many people want to watch the Stanley Parable.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go the right way.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his bosses, Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Do
Coming to
what?
the staircase,
Damn, that's a long drive.
I want this game so bad I've never searched it on my phone, but it's popping up everywhere.
to discover not an indication of any human life.
It's only a few bucks, I think. I can't remember how much it was.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster
hold up, I
fire,
typed
if
it
not
wrong.
for the soothing presence of the bucket.
But yeah, it's pretty fun.
Even now,
But once you
in his
memorize
darkest
everything,
hours,
you know, it is
the
kind of
bucket's
repetitive.
warmth and guiding light pierced the... But Stanley
Well, it was
guessed
on
the
PS
correct
Plus
code
at
by
one
sheer
point,
luck.
so-
Was it?
Yeah, it was on PS Plus for a while.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is
25 low.
logical explanation.
$25. Shit, was I not supposed to go here?
For PlayStation, it's on sale for almost 14 bucks.
And I got it when it wasn't on sale.
Steam is 25. And Xbox is 25.
In case you haven't wondered, there's not a jump button in the game. Or you're not supposed to be able to jump. I just I like doing glitches, so I glitched the jump button. And now I can jump, so. Oh, it skipped the whole animation. Well, we're going back up. We're going back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we
go back up?
When I was pressing those
keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3.
I want to go back so I can try pressing
Pressing the number 3 again.
The bucket said nothing.
Ah. The bucket said nothing.
No, it says you have 10 bucks.
Now it says I got 12.
I figured lol, I know base game is jump circles with limited
Here we are,
jumps.
said Stanley. No, I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
Well, yeah, there
He
is
took the
that
bucket
jump.
over to the
There is
keypad
that
and
base.
began absolutely slamming on the
The
number
jump
3
circle,
over and over.
If you stand in the jump circle, I think if you also
The number
jump
3 is
once,
such
and
a
then like if you
special
do like
button, I'm having
this, where you pause as soon as you
the time
jump,
of my
and then you
life.
just restart the game, like begin the game
Stanley
again,
looked expectantly
suddenly
at the
you can
bucket.
jump
The
forever.
bucket remained silent. This was a shock
So,
to Stanley, who had
yeah,
always felt such a
that's what I'm
connection
doing.
with the bucket. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much
Perhaps.
joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
The elevator, the elevator left.
No,
Works
said
on any
Stanley to the bucket.
platform.
You can't go on
Most
yet.
likely.
Not till you
mean,
understand how much the number 3 means to me.
I think
You
it
and
still
I
works. It
have
should
been
still
through
work.
so much together, and I just want you to see what I see.
If
Feel
you
the
can't get it, then just
happiness
search up a
I
YouTube
feel.
video, and they'll
He
probably
smiled
be able
at the
to
bucket.
explain it better
The
than
bucket said nothing.
the bucket said nothing. We gotta press the number 3 again. That's what it is. We gotta
Here
press
we
the
go,
number
said
3.
Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3
It's locked off.
and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3.
Is there really an achievement for pushing the button for X hours, keeping the baby away from the fire? You playing this on keyboard?
Anything to let him know.
No, I'm playing on a controller, but no, there's not an achievement for that. I mean, there's an ending.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all.
It's like some sort of white screen, but unfortunately, I don't have the patience to actually go out of my way to do that.
Stanley and the bucket
Mainly because you gotta, sit there for 4 hours, and then they introduce new things like keep the dog from drowning or something. You gotta give him water, I think.
Caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
I just don't have the
There
patience.
must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Yeah, that couldn't be too hard. At least you just gotta sit
If you don't have any
there.
other consoles, you just gotta
4 hours.
sit there. I mean, you
Yeah,
can have it on
4 hours.
cards, but
I'm back out. Yeah. That's gonna make sure I set my console to not auto turn off. People have done it before, though.
Ah, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him.
But in my head, I've got work in the morning.
Then the bucket would be
Alright,
able
good
to
night.
see
I'll
his
see you
story
later.
through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public
That's laser.
that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Now I'm somewhere else.
Marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further.
It's over here. That was a Minecraft door.
As he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Follow me. There's a subscribe button.
yeah, hit that sub button.
The storyteller. Stanley reveals all this in new book. It's a stage. That's a Minecraft door, I swear. What's over here? How I stopped climate change. I'm 11, by the way. Doing great. Conversation with Alexander the Great.
Where I'm so confused, I'm on the app for the first time in years, lol.
Are you watching YouTube on a phone
One last
or
chance to win the bucket over.
a console?
One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Or a computer, actually. Oh. I'm gonna break the game completely.
Yes.
A PC? A
There was
phone?
no one here.
Underneath,
Nobody
you
had
should
come
see
to the
it.
press conference
Subscribe
to hear
button.
Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about
It
what
should just be
really
like
means
next to my
press the
channel
number
name.
3 on a keypad over and over. He was
Nobody wants to
unloved,
hear about the number 3.
uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew
Damn it, I
the
thought
bucket
everybody would
never
want to hear
again
about
take him
this.
Seriously.
This is
There
what I
would
made
be
my life
no
work about.
connection, no deeper understanding. The
What do I do
bucket merely
now?
sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began.
don't see
Slowly
either.
over many years, the two of them grew more and
Hold
more
on.
distant.
Are you
They
full
spoke
screen?
less and
You can't
less,
do it in full
neither
screen.
wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real
Yeah,
respect
that or maybe
between
you're
them
already
had
so-
eroded since that day at the press conference.
Yeah, you could be, huh?
There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
This is a sad day.
Stanley,
What it
having for
really
once in
means
his
to
life
press the number
discovered
3 on the
warmth
keypad
and
over and
comfort
over
of
and
true
over.
companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
This is a sad day for all of us. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. I want to play dog
All
mode
his
again.
co-workers were gone. What
How do
could
I
it
get back to
mean?
dog mode?
Stanley
I only
decided to go
play
to
it
the
in
meeting
that.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, if you can't see either, do you see a... Maybe go out of full screen and look by his channel name. If you see a bell,
it out now.
you're already subscribed.
Oh, you figured it out.
Right there we go. Okay, good.
Yeah, let's better grab my phone, but my
Stanley
cat was
came
sitting
to a
on it.
set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on
Which
his
way do I
left.
want to go?
This was not
That
the
way
correct
leads
way
to
a meeting
that
room,
ending.
and
This
Stanley
way
knew
leads
it
to
perfectly
confusion
well.
ending.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Could do
admire
the
it.
confusion ending.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't
Yes,
know.
do not disturb the resting floof.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the
I
opposite
already feel like
door,
I've done
and
like
got back on
most
track.
everything.
HMMM.
But Stanley
Seek
didn't
word
want
of
to go back to the
Swaggerina.
office. He
That's a
wanted
beautiful
to wander
name.
about and get even further off
I like
track.
that. I like that
So
name.
now, in order to get back, he needed to go
To this door?
from here. It's Oh no.
No,
it's to the right.
it was never gonna be that door.
No, not the right.
It's
Why
gonna be
would
this
I have
door.
ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
It's this way, trust me. I know I'm standing
See,
still,
we
but
went
trust me, it's
down
this way.
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Knew it! Alright, what's up here? Ooh. I always like going somewhere I'm not supposed to. So once I walk through that door, it's just gonna take me to a place that I'm really not supposed to be. Yup.
No.
I wanna see if I
This
can-
isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet.
down
This
here.
is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
And he takes a while to speak. He takes a while to speak. I could possibly make it to the elevator,
It's
but
rubbish now.
Fly like a bird, I'll only fly away.
How about, rather than waste
Elevator
my
button,
time
elevator
trying
button.
to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart
elevator.
the game
I'm
from
clicking the
beginning.
elevator.
And this
Let me
time,
take the
suppose we
elevator.
don't
I want to
wander
take the
so far
elevator.
off
This
track.
isn't fair. I want to take the
From
elevator.
top.
All of his coworkers were
All
gone.
of his co-workers were gone.
Could it mean?
What could it mean? Stanley decided
right.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh-oh. Why isn't he? Usually he, starts talking. He says something like, oh, he thought this wasn't part of the game. Apparently it's not part of the game.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing.
They're still missing.
Now,
This is a really big problem.
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I got an idea. I got something I want to do. There's something I gotta check out. I gotta explore.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Feeling a
Feeling
wave of disbelief.
Stanley
Stanley
decided to
started
go
up
up to his
war.
boss's office, hoping
Hoping
he
he'd
might find
find
an
an
answer
answer
coming to
there.
a
Is
staircase.
there a room
Stanley walked
420?
upstairs to his boss's
There most
office.
certainly is room 420. It's gotta be.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Stunned.
to discover not an
Not to see.
indication of any human life.
2, 8,
Shocked,
4, 5.
unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get...
I don't want to listen to him talk. You know what? I don't want to listen to some calming music because of my anxiety. I'm just gonna go. Wait.
Hello. This is a recorded
You'll find me there, Cloud.
or person in your place of work.
Hell yeah.
The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to
I think that's the best room, actually. It's probably the room I'd reside in. I would never get my work done, though.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
This is not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew that perfectly well. Perhaps he just wanted to stop
Yet
by
there
the
was not a single
employee
person
lounge
here either.
just to admire it.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go.
I'm gonna be in this broom closet for a while. Sorry if it gets boring. Just want to get this ending real quick. It's really funny.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Wait, what is that? Is that a Stanley Parable thing or a wrench?
Sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
The broom closet ending is my favorite.
He'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there.
Curly, have you ever gotten the broom closet ending? Excuse me. I think I can get on top of this broom.
Are you really still in the
Yes, I'm still in the broom closet.
Standing
What the fuck
around
you
doing
want?
nothing? Why? Please offer
Problem
me some
is,
explanation
what's
here.
the
I'm
problem?
genuinely confused.
Good news and bad news. Bad news is there ain't no good news.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even
I have a reason to explore this.
This closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
This is significant to me, narrator. Wow, I could really go down quick. See how fast it goes down?
Somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
It's his favorite.
Alright, and that's all I needed to hear. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some
Push some buttons.
Oh, hey, look,
hey, it's the new passageway. Kill surprise. Or kill surprise. Now it's time to go down.
Damn.
Where am I?
He ain't coming back.
Escape? I'm good.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping!
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
almost
with
fell off.
television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley.
Not yet, not yet.
Did he have the strength to find out?
I have the strength to find out. I have all the strength.
To life, their true nature
Yeah.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I could have sped run this game if I wanted
reduced
to.
Images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in
Wait.
this place.
Jump,
Hold on.
jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump,
There it
jump.
is, right there.
Jumping all around.
I can't really get a good angle of it from here, but you can guess what that is. Yeah. Employee room 427. That should be Stanley's room. Yeah, that's Stanley's room. They get a good view of his room. Employee 420. Imagine they just had a vase in there.
Really smoke time.
It'd be pretty cool if they had a vase in that room.
That would be absolutely crazy.
Wait, isn't there an Easter egg? Hold up. Stanley Parable Easter egg music. I got an idea.
Oh Lord.
I don't know if it
Here's
still
now to
works in
your
the new
buddy.
game.
Never know, you never know.
Hell yeah.
He's in the walls.
He's in the gosh dang walls, and why is my right eye itchy? Why are they trying to block the way back? I'm going back.
Cheers.
Take some key bounce. Just looking for a little something real quick. Alright, yeah, head back. So spooky. I gotta balance. I think it's funny that if they ever actually did decide to add a jump to this game, that it would literally, like, the whole thing would be ruined.
You got a Discord server?
Not really. I mean, I kind of did, but I don't really use Discord that much anymore. I think
This mind control facility
I'm correct.
was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
what I'm
Stanley
supposed to
really
do
been
is
under
just wait
someone's
for this
control
door to
all this
open
time?
here.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Damn. If I'm correct, this door is supposed to open behind me. So I'm skipping it because I'm lazy. Good kitty. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Like, wait long enough and it just, oh yeah, it auto opens, yeah. And I just go all the way back and I, yeah. Hell yeah, I remember what I'm doing in this game. It is. Whoops.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Listening to music and not sharing. Pensive face.
It should have been on the stream. I don't know. What is that button? Oh, it's not a button.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
The heart of the
Controls
operation.
labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
It was low.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Come on. Just want to put my parkour to the test. I'm gonna see if it was possible to get up to that button. But it's starting to seem like it's not. I'm just getting distracted. Sorry, I get distracted easily. Unless. Oh. Oh, it is possible. Oh yeah. I know what I'm doing. 4. Yeah, you could press it. Oh. There's no way out there. Oh. Okay, so what if I went 1, 2. Where's the 3rd button? I've never seen anybody try this before. There's the 5th button. Looks like the 3rd over here. 3. Ah, you're scratching me. And then I glitch back onto it. I could take a different route this time. I'm gonna go so sketchy. Click the 4th button. And I go back. And I click the 5th button. So I clicked it all in order. Does anything happen? Oh, that's just sad. That's just sad. Okay. Well. You know what? I've got the... What, kitty? I've got the basic turning it off, ending too much. I'm turning this
When
hope
at
on.
last he found the source of the room's power,
He was.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Maybe I
After they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley.
Uh-oh.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
We're gonna explode anyway.
detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your
door's open.
time to shine. You
You
are the
bitch.
star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yeah, where the fuck are my coworkers? You
Solace before you're
absolute
obliterated.
buffoon.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
Damn,
I'll tell you exactly
gonna die anyway. It's crazy.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Oh, this door does open.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 30...
Yeah, you know what? Instead of making everybody sit through that for a few minutes, I'm just gonna reset. Watch me do things I'm not supposed
Stanley
to.
was alone. Finally. This is great,
Excuse me.
he thought to himself. This
Sorry.
is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Hold up. Just 1 second.
Sorry for
Burping. 41. 425. This is 421, and that's 422. And that's... Ah! His desk is in there.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Da 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 da.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room...
Thou art the lord of these lands, thou shalt not have to apologize for bodily functions, Lord.
Great Scott!
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm curious. What's behind here? Well, I wanted to know. And I'm gonna know, because I'm the king of parkour. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to see that. Whoops. What's over here?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. Really?
Okay.
I was in the middle
I
of
changed my mind right at the last second.
Zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
Beautiful.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I just think the way he says beautiful is beautiful. Man, I've been watching a bunch of older games lately, and I really want to play Portal.
Stanley walked.
Like, suddenly something in me wants me to play Portal, bruh.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
I'm going through the red door this time. I've gone through the blue door like 5 times, so...
The problem is all these choices.
Technically, like, probably 10 times, because I gotta go through it multiple times just for it to work.
Running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay, let's go to Spaceland.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No,
well,
wait. Where are you going?
Too fucking bad. I don't care about your happiness.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
What do you think the point of this is, Narrator? I didn't come here to make you happy.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Damn, I really gotta go all the way up there. I was trying to cheese it, but I gotta go all the way up. Alright, unfortunately, this is Off Yourself simulator now. The Off Yourself Parable.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Think about what you're doing.
No!
Ow.
Oh, No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do... Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps
Let's
you
go back to
finally
the other
see
room.
what I'm talking about.
I'm so slow.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see
Damn,
that,
bro,
can't
that
you?
made your fall damage.
I've cracked my ankles, and I'm going back for more.
You cracked the ankles, Morty.
Did you think this shit was done? Did you think I was done? No. Why would I ever be done?
No, perhaps not.
Ooh, what's this? John.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll
No, I
throw
love your
yourself
game.
from this
Just
platform
gotta...
over and over to be rid of it? You were literally
tired
willing to
of
kill
this
yourself to
ending.
keep me from being happy. Am I reading
I'm
the
really gonna
situation
kill myself
correctly?
just to keep me happy. I gotta jump. I gotta go all the way back up. I jumped from the wrong angle because I wanted to see what had happened, and I found out what happened.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Look at this beautiful place, Narrator.
Here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
It's time to go back, Narrator. You know it, and I know it. There's nothing left for me to do here. How do I go back to the memory zone? I gotta take it one step at a time. I'm so slow.
Damn.
Is it over? It's going to
Dead.
restart, isn't it?
I'm going back. I feel like I've exhausted everything out of this game already.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign
There
of
is something I want to do real
He
quick,
hoped it
though.
was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person
Tips for
here
not getting
either.
fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes. Ha! That reminds me, the Nintendo version. Excuse me. Alright, I'm ready to leave it. You still watching, Curly?
Yeah.
Here's the door, just go.
Here's the door, just go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
What the fuck
Control
I did?
Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Isn't that the escape, though? The escape from reality?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But Narrator, do you
At this
see me
point,
doing
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
How can I not see it?
But the Narrator doesn't understand. This is not death. This is merely an escape.
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse you.
You hurt my feelings.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Let me out.
He doesn't know
One
the
out.
real story, trapped forever in his narrow
Let me
vision
out.
of what
Let me
this
out.
world is.
This is not a
Perhaps his death
dance.
was of no
I'm begging for help.
loss,
I'm screaming
by
for
cutting
help.
the eyeballs
Please just
from
let
the
me
tongue.
out.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Brief and shallow life.
Farewell, Stanley, cried
Cried
the
the
narrator,
narrator.
as Stanley was led helplessly
Ew,
into the
who's this
enormous
beam?
metal
No, I'm kidding,
jaws.
I'm kidding.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated.
No, I just
as the
enjoy
machine crushed every
the other
bone in
guy.
his body,
He has a
killing
nice
him
voice.
instantly.
Huh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive
as ever.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yeah, what she said. The museum. I remember the museum. The beginning of the game, two doors was the first part of the game that was below. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core layout. Remains almost identical to the first iteration. Stanley's office goes into this office area, then it turns into this office area, and then it turns to a set of two open doors.
And that's where Stanley takes his door to his left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley understood this perfectly well.
Now all of a sudden, Stanley changed his name to Peter.
Oh. Okay. Could be white, blue, or gray. Huh. Interesting. This is quite an interesting place we got here. Interesting. Wow. Warzone? What? Oh, not that game. Don't, no. In an early in development, we designed anything where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient, would wage war against the Narrator. Realized shortly after starting to build it that it was too far jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. People interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Hey, do you think you could watch my bike? Where's my bike?
I
What's
sold
that?
it to the pawn shop.
What's this? How is the games? How's the game going? Hope it's good or better than the first one from Cool Man. Interesting. Huh. So what happens when the timer hits 0? Oh, just goes back up. Cargo lift. Yeah, this stuff's all pretty cool and all. Oh no. Stanley's office. Yep, that's Stanley's office. Oh. I don't even need a jump to get through these. That's interesting. I don't want to get in there. I'd never get out, and that'd be soft locked. Do I want to go through this door?
Now it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Then he pushed the textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
That scared me because I didn't know that he was going to start talking. I just heard a random voice. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Stanley pushed the number 6. Then he pushed the number 8. Stanley, the orange lever.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. Office clock. All right.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save.
You could jump out of this one.
You can stop the program before they both fail.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
I'm not turning off my PlayStation. I don't want to.
Someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let.
Ow. That hurt.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Boy.
Stanley decided to go through his door. Left.
That's wrong.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find
Why
a
does that
trace
look
of
so
his
wrong?
co-workers.
It's not supposed to go this way. It's supposed to go this way. I don't like that. I just don't like that. Wait, there's something I gotta do. And finally, I can go to Button Heaven. Yeah! Yeah!
Oh my god.
This is fucking awesome. Buttons. 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 All right.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What? What the fuck is that? That's still in the game? I thought that was only in the original Stanley Parable. I sincerely hope you saw that on stream.
Two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
What, that same with the... What the fuck?
I searched up on YouTube so much trying to figure out if that was in the new game. I must have to wait until the narrator says already this was uncomfortable. And then that was scary.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had... But eager to get back to business,
there was another Stanley walking through the window. If you actually happen, I think you could go back in a live stream and see it.
Stanley was so bad at
you just go back like 30 seconds.
Incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
30 seconds. Ah, people have gotten balloons stuck on this roof. Alright, I got an ending we can do.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm
not sure. Really, I'm not.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
I'm asking for
her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
She's been waiting. Annoy rent offense? Oh, well. I still get the feeling that I could have made this jump. But I don't want to go for that.
That's her, Stanley. You
I
need
don't
to...
give a fuck.
No, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Alright, Carly, you're gonna have to sit through this with me again.
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was
It's
possible.
only a little bit long.
just, you know.
No, it's definitely.
I'm not going to soft lock
Day.
myself
Stanley
this time.
picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect
course of action.
How is that, even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. Wait a second. Did I just see...
Did you see it?
That's not possible. I can't.
Did you rewind in the YouTube live stream to see it?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken.
I didn't know they still had that in the new
This is why you've been
game.
able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner
Trying to search up more stuff
My
about
goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack. Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do.
People are saying that Stanley I saw was the Stanley and the confusing ending, or the confusion ending. Makes sense. But, I don't know.
I don't even know, man.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
I very well could jump off the platform and die at Narrator. I very well could.
Get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately,
I'm so curious to jump in that vent now.
Equipped to deal with reality.
Night rain, cheers. Do IT.
Yeah, but if I do it, then I would have just sat through that whole video for no reason. What if there's nothing down there? Usually it's a secondary ending.
I'm gonna have to charge my phone soon. I'm at 11%.
Fuck it. Okay, well, looks like I figured out what it was. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to go through and do everything again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I wonder if I'll ever see that again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room. And
Stanley understood it perfectly well.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
Just to admire it.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But Stanley was so bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but
you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting,
Stanley.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
I'm asking for her.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Alright, nope, not doing this.
Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Now we're gonna wait a little bit.
To be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Excuse me, Jesus.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
I make more than 8 choices.
If you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made
I
just
guess
a few minutes ago and see
6
what the
minutes will
correct
be
thing to
Valentine's
do would
Day
have been.
for me.
This way, please.
It's already Valentine's Day for
Curly, you trying to be my Valentine?
Bet.
Alright. I fucks with it. On no homo shit. You know what I'm saying? Just a friend in time.
We can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main
Just a friend
character
in time,
dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home
You're
as
not
soon
buying
as
me a
possible
gift?
before the narrative contradiction gets any
Come on.
worse.
My gift dead.
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Buy me a game or something. Buy me a video game.
Hey, buy me a video game, Holmes.
Come on.
It's like, hey, you're my friend Valentine, buy me a game.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I never lie. If I say this statement is a lie, and then the statement is I'm lying, you know, if I say everything I say is a lie, and then I say that's true, is it a truth or a lie?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, the fuck I didn't. No, I didn't. If you give me the choice to go through the right door, I'm gonna go through the right
In
door.
the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
Damn it.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely, to willingly destroy all of my work?
I fell out the map.
No. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
It's okay. The game's gonna
I have to
reset.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Whoa. 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 And now I'm back.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Not a child.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
I love going places I'm not supposed to go.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, Among the Sleep.
pretty much a game you play as a baby and you just have a bunch of nightmares.
Yet there was not a
Yeah, I
single
heard
person
that. I
here
heard about
either.
it.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping
You
he might
locked the
find an
broom
answer
closet.
there. Coming to a staircase,
Really
Stanley
thought that would
walked
keep me from
upstairs
going
to his
down.
boss's
Oh,
office.
oh, oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. There's things under here I'm not meant to see.
Nothing to see.
And there's no way back up.
He just fell down.
Well, you see,
Now
if I would have went up
keep
there, it
on.
would have took me to a place where the boss wants me to do a voice message to message the code, or like a voice activated thing, and it's there is stairs here. What? Okay, never mind.
No.
We're going up.
He is levitating.
Ooh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
All right,
of
I'm
any
gonna test this real quick. Damn it. I'll join back the party in 1 second. 1 second.
life.
Okay,
Shocked,
okay.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a
the voice receiver
next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark 115.
Would it still work? There was only one way to find
Night
out.
Shark
Stanley had been
115.
trained never to speak
Night
up,
Shark
but now he would
115.
draw
And it
from
don't
within
work.
himself the courage to face the
Oh
unknown.
man,
He drew
that's a real
sharp
stinker.
breath and then spoke the code.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I tested it out to see if he made it possible, but it's still not possible.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Right there on the wall.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Come on, Stanley. Enter a door.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Yeah.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Well,
the story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever
this thing
choice
is
you make
low-key
is
kind of
just fine.
sad.
You're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Good kitty.
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Hey.
That's all right.
What?
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Take as much time as you need.
Blood licked my forehead.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where
everyone would be.
Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Oh, he's going to munch on some food. Unless he ate it all. Did he? Hold on. I'll be right back. He munched on all his food. Alright, stay here, kitty. I'll get you some hard food. Just get on the bed. Good kitty. I'll be right back. Gotta get him some food.
Stanley, you need to make a decision. Stanley stared at the door labeled, New Content, for a while.
How the hell did Mr. Rufflewaffles posted a video? Someone did the Terminus Easter egg in 15 minutes. Good luck doing that now. Hey, you good, Doc?
Okay. I'm back.
What up?
Hear my cat meowing? He was acting like he's starving. Real quick.
Stanley started moving again.
Did you know the guy who voices Stan was the guy who voices all the other characters of Family Guy? I think it's
Interesting.
Seth MacFarlane.
Wait, what were you saying, Carly?
To a set of 2 open doors. This was not the direct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
too.
just to admire it.
And Stewie. And Quagmire.
And here it was,
and Brian.
the lounge.
Yeah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I didn't want to do this.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed
Is the closet perm locked now?
his boss would think he was
I think the closet's able to be opened. I just
to Stanley.
haven't gone for that ending yet.
Himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Whoa.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is
Let's get
all
through
a
this dream real quick.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
If this was
a dream.
Does it just repeat forever?
For a little
He
bit.
invited himself to wake up.
A little bit, and then I think it'll give us something interesting.
The press of the mattress on his back. The fresh air of the world outside this one.
I got a feeling that you're gonna insert it into a...
He thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
I remember
Let
I
me
saw
go back
one. It
to
was
my
like
job.
political. It was like
Let me continue pushing the
American Dad
buttons.
intro, but it was
Please.
like
It's all I want.
Republicans
I want my
waking up and
apartment
Democrats
and my
sleeping.
wife and my job.
Real.
All
Don't
I
get too
want is
political on my
life
YouTube channel, though,
exactly
please.
the way it's always been.
Happy V-Day BTW.
I am normal.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Everything
I ain't
will
got
be
nobody, but
fine.
happy Valentine's Day.
I am
Good kitty.
okay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Eat your food. Oh, it's not a dream. It's not a dream. It's not a dream. It's not a dream.
Began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please,
How do you feel about this,
tell
Garfield?
me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Uh-oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
The hell? Who the hell is Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
How lucky she was to be normal.
I am in control of my mind.
I know what is real
and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way,
anyone's watching,
seeing this
I
man
highly
made her
recommend
feel better.
subscribing. It's a good
Then
idea.
She remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Pretty close to
The
60
very
subscribers,
important people
if
whose
I haven't
impressions of
hit it
her would
already.
affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Oh yeah, I'm 2 subscribers away. It's a
So it was only a moment that she
Good
stood
idea.
there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I feel like I've seen every ending, but I'm probably missed at least one. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting endings in this game.
Before bed.
Oh yeah.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone.
Am I alone?
Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now let's do what I wanted to do
This
last
was
time,
not
but
the correct
accidentally
way to the
didn't
meeting
do
room,
because I got
and Stanley knew
distracted.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
You're not crazy. There was someone there earlier.
But eager to get back to business,
Yeah.
Stanley took the first open
I'm
door
trying
on
to see
his
him
left.
again, but
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
meow, 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 meow.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander
Her
about
office.
and get even further off track.
Further off track.
So now, in order to get back, he needed to go from
This
here.
way.
It's Oh no, it's to the right. My mistake. No.
Why would it ever be to the right?
Why
What
would
was
I
I
have ever
thinking?
said it was to the right? A minute, please. Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Yep. 100%. I just wish I had some light back here. But I don't think it's that way. I think it's this way. Ooh. Where does this go? Looks like it just goes straight off into the darkness. I'd rather not go that way. No!
This whole plot line is based on the Choose Your Own Adventure book line from back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
Apparently, I choose pretty stupid adventures. And now I gotta do everything again. I should stop doing stuff like that. I apologize.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Okay. Go back there and let's not be
Stanley
stupid.
came to a set of two.
Even in those books, most of the endings were bad.
We're all right.
Well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
least good
first,
memories.
just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get
I
back
have
to
good
business,
memories of at
Stanley
least
took the
one of
first
those.
open
There was
door on
one
his
of them
left.
where you went to Alcatraz. They were always small
And so
books.
he detoured through the maintenance section,
Like go to
walked straight
Alcatraz or
ahead to
something.
the opposite door, and got back on track.
And you have to try to escape Alcatraz.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from
Sorry.
here it's,
I didn't mean to
left. Oh, no.
be stupid like that, get myself stuck.
Just bad like these, death traps, etc.
No, not the right.
I get that.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
That's why I'd always have my... That's why I'd always cheat and just figure out which one has the best ending.
We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just
let the void take over. We gotta wait for the narrator to reset us now.
The whole story. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further.
I've never experienced that.
So now in order to get back,
if you fall off the map, it just resets you. That's actually pretty cool.
From here, it's Oh no, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
It's clearly... You can't get comfortable.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No.
Do the same thing, except this time I'm not gonna
You're not supposed to be here yet.
accidentally fall off the map and just
Quick,
stay
Stanley,
here.
close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to who am I kidding?
What, Garfield?
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
so that's what they did.
Memo.
So when you get the confusion ending, it resets you basically. And that's why you can't get the jumping out the window ending like I tried to earlier. Because they made the chair not possible to actually do it in. And obviously I'm not supposed to be able to jump. But I don't really care, so...
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted.
If I get the confusion ending real quick, maybe I'll see that guy again.
Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or...
Wait, why am I asking you?
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Go the same way I went last time. Because it's all the same. Nope, I'll go this way instead. Where? Oh. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
On my cheeseburger?
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey, why'd you put virtual on my virtual reality?
Alright, bro, now you just yabbing.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
B3. From the top.
From the top.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
The story.
Here it comes. No,
wait, never mind. Not the story.
Okay, let's head
back the other way and retrace our steps.
Now this...
I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Is this the story? I don't think so.
I
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
You
win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I put in the hardest
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I don't care what you feel.
No, you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I won.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
This is one of those situations.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right,
Goddamn, this
I've got
narrator
a solution.
just loves
This
to
time,
yap.
to make sure we don't get lost,
Yeah,
I've
well,
employed the
I
help
enjoy the
of
yapping.
Stanley
It's classic.
Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Alright, so let's
How
just
simple is that?
make it nice for the next person. Okay. Now I repeated the multiverse.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Excuse me?
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I love this music. Classic Easter egg. Classic Easter egg.
Just back from a snake. Glad you finally got to this one.
Classic Easter egg. I stopped doing things that were stupid. Just easily distracted. Okay. It's gonna tell me to look at this fern.
Cut the music.
No.
Go back and look at that.
Not going back. I already looked at it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Damn it. I thought the game was gonna restart. Alright. Well. How about this? I already went through that whole ending before. I get a different ending that I want to go for that's even cooler than that one.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It just involves defying the narrator a shit ton.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
I want to get the video game ending where you do like a bunch of other games.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps it was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The beach.
Stanley was so bad at following.
Honestly, I'd do that ending again. I just don't really know if anyone wants to watch me go through that whole thing again.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
I don't
we've
mind
gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I want to make sure I have interesting content.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
There's someone you've been
What, really?
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I have consideration for
others. I don't
others.
know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your
Let's go for this
side.
cooler ending.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I've already seen what happens if I jump out of the map. It's nothing interesting. It's nothing interesting.
Because you were never supposed to be here in the
just
first
darkness.
place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
It was all for
Help me elucidate
nothing.
these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
I want to be able to fly, Narrator. I want to be able to no clip.
Absolutely nothing.
I want night vision. I want no clip.
Let me take a
I want
stab in the
cats.
dark at a new design, and you can give me some
Probably
feedback.
Zaza.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Third option's
I'm
okay.
going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
I felt it.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Honestly, I just don't care about that leaderboard.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
I'll stop him from moving from here.
Will really
I'll stop him.
notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
No! Stop! Stop! No! Stop! 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 Stop it! I couldn't stop it.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might
Good thing that it teleports us after this.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
I'm about to play somebody else's game to ease the pain. Is that a good idea?
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give
it a shot. Are you fucking kidding me? It's really not gonna teleport me just because I'm here, bro? Like, come on. I had to go through everything again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's the original one. It's different this time around, but unfortunately, I guess I just assumed it would work.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
it was okay.
Well, perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley
I'm going to go back and do everything all over again, just because I really like that ending. And I wish it was still Minecraft, since I could actually jump now. But I don't know if I'd jump as high as the blocks.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get
been a while since I saw that.
Or test
that's on the original Stanley Parable, not the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. They changed the games.
To the bottom floor, I bet you can make it. What? Really? Yeah.
It was Minecraft and Portal on the original one. The original game, the ending was Portal, and he's like, no, we're not taking this elevator. I don't know where it goes, we shouldn't go there. So you just fall.
Let me prove that I'm on your side.
This one's different. I've actually recorded a glitch on this one
before.
The
red door.
On an old video.
Misunderstood.
It's been
Stanley
a while.
walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You
It's
want
not
to
too
find out
long.
what
Just
lies at the end
gotta
of this road you've chosen.
go
Well,
through this.
don't let me stop you.
This time I'm not going to make a stupid mistake. I'll just play the game how it wants to be
I
played.
haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
It was all for nothing.
Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you
Vehicles? Skill trees?
Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You give me absolutely nothing so
so
far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
And we'll just go through the third door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I mind taking a look at it. One, because I'm not playing it.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, Narrator.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies,
heartless because
or
you want me to
purely
sit here for
despite
4
me?
hours?
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain?
There we go. We're caught up again.
What do we have here?
Told you I wouldn't take that
long. Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
The narrator has the candor of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Aha!
There we go.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
I can still jump here.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man.
I feel like I jumped differently, though. Why am I so much taller?
In your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental
This is
depravity.
Firewatch, by the way.
So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
It's a beautiful
And it seems there's even more.
Love this game.
Let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh, it's a Minecraft door. Damn it. I made the jump button weakly. Useless.
Gotta love invisible walls.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Invisible walls, because
it's an
open world game, so he
quickly block it off.
Blocks it off.
Thank goodness.
He doesn't let me
What a
continue.
close call. You nearly wanted off.
I guess at least this wall isn't invisible.
That big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
I just wish they brought back the Portal stuff. Like, I'm really into Portal lately.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Like,
Just
Rocket
a nice
League,
big
I don't
box
care.
for you to
Rocket
run
League is
around
kind
in.
of boring.
There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
We need
Okay,
a ball.
so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back.
Did you play the portal part of Lego Dimensions?
I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
I
think
didn't
it's
even know that was
sports
there.
ball. Oh, what fun. We shall
I can't
run the
remember
races and do a
if I played
touchdown
Lego
together.
Dimensions or not.
Yes, I think surely
Been
we
a while.
must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Now I could jump. Make this game just a teensy bit easier.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley,
I'm winning, Narrator.
And
Although,
I realize I'm not a sportsologist.
that should have went in.
One ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure. Then surely multiple balls makes
It was about $600 in the end, but there was so much content in it.
Here comes another ball.
Yeah, I don't know if I got that much money.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
He really likes balls. Okay, see what happens if I score every ball.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes.
You got rid of the balls.
Fun when I let you, Stanley. No. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you'd like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
The old glitch for getting out the map involves going right here and going left and right a lot. Go over here. Go here. Just go left. Maybe it's here, left and right. I don't know, but whatever. If you can get up here, then you just follow up here, and eventually you pop up here, which pops you straight out for some reason. I do want to test something. Come on. Stop fucking with me.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Damn, how many glitches are you doing, dog?
Look, I'm like, I love glitches.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Stanley, come back. We still have so much. What's around this corner? Ooh, what's around this corner? Whoa. Where am I?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's funny. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Damn. Let's say gulp.
Gulp. Gulch.
And there's still nothing in here.
Good morning, USA.
Got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
The sun in the sky has a smile on his face.
Shining solar to the American race. I want to see if it's gonna reset. Because this is the ending. Ah!
Good morning, USA.
Alright, well, this is the ending, guys. I just, went out of my way to do something I wasn't supposed to. Instead, you're supposed to walk back out and it just auto resets. But, well, I think I kind of sort of did most everything I wanted to do.
Were gone. What could it mean?
All that's left is the
Stanley
achievements, which I'm going to do on my own time.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Pretty much.
There's something else that I did want to check real quick, though.
He's doing more.
One last thing. Fortunately, this is going to use up my jumps, but I think I'll be alright. I only have 30 jumps.
You see, Stanley,
yes, there was.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley.
If you actually happen to go back in the live stream, there was.
Live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe
It's
nonsense.
okay.
I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Let's go places we're not supposed to. I only have 30 jumps.
Isn't this far superior to
now.
a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover.
Okay, I can't waste too many jumps. I can't waste too many jumps, and there's no way out.
In the window.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
My jump height higher?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm just gonna look at that window at all times now. Go around, quick! Yeta ota ita atainga uti ita atainga. Coffee.
Now I feel like I'm gaslighting. I'll stop.
You're chilling.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version
I was just hoping I
turned
could
out
get
to
it
be.
again.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content,
should live up to that legacy.
So forget this
ultra-deluxe nonsense.
I say we take it
one step even further.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new
There's
experience.
two things I need to
built from
test
the
out.
ground up. Why there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
One, I want to see if it's possible to jump out of the infinite hole
been asking for.
and escape
Now, to
the
be clear,
infinite hole.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but
And
let's
two,
take a look at some of the features I've
There's
been
a
developing
place I
for
wanted to
it.
go.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
That
that
one's a
surely the
surprise.
game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
It won't end.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which
I
would
still
you
want
go
that.
with?
Wait.
Any button to jump.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you solicit
It's
another
because
person's
it's
opinion,
counting the
it makes
jumps
you
from the
realize
jump
that
circle.
you knew which
I
one
only
you
have
actually
approximately
really
like
wanted all
20
along.
jumps.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
I don't want to use up the rest of my jumps. See, this is the jump circle. If you go in it, and then jump and then click the begin the game again button, it gives you infinite jumps. But anytime you see that press any button to jump screen, hold on. That means that anytime I jump, it counts as a jump. Thank you, by the way. So I can't use too many jumps whenever I see that prompt. But when I'm outside of that prompt, then I'm good.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
What's up here? Roof doesn't even have a collision sound on it. Okay, so what I wanted to do is obviously go down the hole.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious
The first jump takes it a little bit.
So. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Real quick. There we go. That's better.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole?
Nature of the hole.
To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I'm not the problem.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Eating at
then
2
go ahead
p.m.
and press the teleport button.
What's with the
up
number
to the top
2?
of the hole, and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
Great. Now, I'm very
going back in.
for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
Oh, I love holes.
Person would have said, "Yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till."
Charlie, did you hear what I said?
Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of.
Charlie.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less.
Guys, I
time
think my
in there
friend
than
is
you did
missing.
before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make.
That singing fulfilled my Valentine's Day desires.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
It's a beautiful song.
Had enough?
Nope, I have not had enough. I'm going back in.
How could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to...
There you are.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that
What are
the
you
hole
doing,
is not
Curly?
only not infinite, but that it's growing
What are
steadily
you
less
doing?
and less infinite. I suspect
here
that I'm
bored out
starting
of
to
my
hit the
mind.
point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax
We
overall
can
standards for
make it if
accountability
we
and marketing.
try.
What's
Yes,
going
the
on here?
tears.
Stanley, I have no
Yes, the tears.
explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's
I
length.
wish I had a V-Day hole to explore. Lol.
Let's pop back up to the top, and
Don't
we'll
we
see if it
all?
gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The
All
shape.
right.
How is this still
And I can
appealing to
jump out.
you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean,
Haha, the game still thinks I'm in
I
the
really don't
hole.
have an explanation. It was still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
After that I need a sig.
Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and
I
now
think I
you'll
need
get
one
more
too.
time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
18 jumps.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
That's funny. He still thinks I'm in the hole.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Oh. I think I know what's happening. The hole is currently going down. And I'm supposed to be in there with it, but I'm not. I don't think I should jump down there. I'd have to reset. Huh, change my perspective. Ah! I gotta wait for him to wake me up. Yeah, I can hear it using my jumps in the background. I'm not spamming this. Ah! There we go, that's the best one. Into reality. I'm keeping it that. Now I just gotta wait for the narrator to come pull me out. Say, what are you doing, Stanley?
Stanley?
There we go.
Stanley! Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake.
Oh,
it seems you had sort
well,
of
I
dozed
found where
off
I traveled
there,
to.
drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I
outside the
want you
map.
to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back.
I'll be back. I only have so much time. It's already starting to do it again.
You do it. Do it. No, do it again. Do it. Do the run. Do it.
Huh. That's funny.
Do it. Do the roar.
Bro, shut up. It just put me in a loading screen and then I'm still in the same spot. Bro, what? This shit bugged.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Well, I've been playing for almost 3 hours and I think I've exhausted everything and done most everything. If there's something y'all want to see, let me know now, because I might have to hop off of this. I've done most everything already. Oh,
Let him
yeah.
know what other. Let this man know what other games this man should play on his streams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you should have seen stream.
Yeah, you can always watch it back.
I was taking a balloon, up the something.
Damn.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
Forgot there's a lot of
employee
bucket
lounge
stuff to
was
do.
simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
As we sit here.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Is the bucket mad at me?
Now pick up the...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
Comedic timing.
Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully...
Yes, there is.
Wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Alright, time to watch another video.
Damn.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Comedic?
How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke,
This is perfect.
of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds.
Damn.
And no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
No, I'm Dunny with the
"I'm
funny.
Dunny with the funny."
What's
now.
so funny, bro?
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect
have
example of
the meat.
expectations management, which is
Oh,
the
beef.
cornerstone of good
We
comedy.
have the meats.
Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting
Hey,
hard data
guys.
from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
This is such a
An
1970s
effective
video.
survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey
Maybe
taker is
a
actually
1960s,
paying attention
possibly
and not simply
1950s.
filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all.
You
Just
little
remember to
rascal.
let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
This shit is crazy. May Earth reign
Hey,
supreme.
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of
So
proper
what now?
comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
So what, now he's just gonna try to be funnier? Like, how is this gonna work?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous.
Ridiculous. How absurd.
What a
Hilarious
concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me.
call me.
Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
The fuck? The bucket spoke.
Bucket spoke.
Crikey, the bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, fuck yeah, no, yeah, no. Oh, yeah.
Here we go. You ready?
The bucket
When
spoke.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
No, the fuck I did not.
What?
The bucket
Huh.
Phone already? No.
Oh,
What's going
yeah,
on?
no,
There were
yeah, the
supposed to be
bucket spoke,
several
huh?
rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, you do, Narrator.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
you
the
do.
lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
No way.
Yes, surely that will help me improve
There's
my...
no way. You gotta be. Bruh.
Here we go.
Oh,
Ready?
okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What about the right?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go.
Clearly
You
I'm
ready?
supposed to go through the left
When
door.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
This must have been tedious for the voice actor.
Supposed to go through the door on the right, leading
This
back
must
to
have
the
been
phone.
very
Did you
tedious.
not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers.
What, you
I'm
don't
going
want
to
me
be
going the right
shamed
way,
at every
Narrator?
one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again.
Now he's just making a shit ton of dad
I
bucket
heard
jokes,
you
bro.
are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No?
He's making fun of the bucket, man.
Is it the delivery? Pale with shame.
Hey, you got credits.
Pale with shame. Pale.
Yeah, but he's
Another word to
he's
describe
making
a
fun of the bucket. I can't forgive
But
him.
it's so mental. I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
TF. This isn't even good.
Which was the whole point of this.
He's making fun of my bucket.
I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Narrator's rude. I'm gonna sue him for making fun of your
Credits
bucket.
froze. And it's over. That's another ending
Wait,
down.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure?
Yep, I'm
that
sure the orders
orders
stopped coming
in. How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Not going to get the same ending as last time, but I have a different
the bucket
idea.
turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top.
Nice,
There's something up
said
there
the
I
bucket.
need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have
So
allowed
going
him,
there.
of course, because buckets can't talk.
We're going
But
to go to
Stanley chose
the
not
is
to
that a
think about
bucket
this obvious
section.
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Sucked.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Something where? Oh, right here. Me and the bucket are going to be okay. Going to be A-okay.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Narrator, I hate to be that guy, but I know what is and isn't a bucket.
Item
Yes.
1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect.
Cap.
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Bitch.
What? Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Damn.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3.
Fucking with you.
Is this a bucket?
Yeah, that's a bucket.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yeah, that's definitely a bucket.
Damn. Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes, that's most certainly a bucket.
Correct.
I knew it.
This is a bucket.
That was def a bucket.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's a bucket. Everything's a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Nah.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Huh.
Item...
Hologram.
I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I'm tired of this narrator. I'm tired of seeing what's a bucket and what's not a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Just because I believe nothing is a bucket doesn't mean that I believe a bucket is nothing.
Maybe.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago,
You're
I could
a
answer
bucket.
these questions with confidence.
Hurley's a bucket.
Yet now I'm somewhat adrift.
Hey.
Do any of us know what
You're
a bucket is?
bucket.
Am I a bucket?
I told you you're a bucket.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing
Yes, you're a
myself, and
bucket.
myself was all I ever had to
My cat is a bucket.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
If you get rid of my bucket, so help me
Here we
God.
go.
This is so much weirder than the original.
Why did everything disappear? Wait,
Yeah.
was everything a bucket?
You better not get
Every
rid of your
single thing in the
bucket,
game
or
was a
the
bucket.
narrator's the worst person.
My God, I had no idea.
Everything in the game was a bucket.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
All right.
All of his co-workers...
Don't do anything and he'll think you were a bucket.
Stanley decided to go to the
Right,
meeting
this
room.
way.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, maybe I am a bucket.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
He is a
Stanley
bucket.
clutched the
I'm a
bucket
bucket.
tightly to his
We're all
chest
buckets.
and entered the door on his left.
The bucket entered the door on his left.
I've already gotten so many endings.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into
Literally
his
can't
manager's
think of
office,
anything I
Stanley
have
was
done.
once again stunned
do the
to
downstairs
discover
one?
not an indication of any human
Well, I
life.
did that without the bucket, but it's all
To fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer
luck.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
But do I want to do this?
Yes, the bucket was guiding him everywhere.
The bucket's always been my main guide. How do you think I know where to go?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
the door.
Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be... Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Let's see if I can do the Easter egg
Does a
even with the
want
bucket.
to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
I'm not waiting for these doors to open because I'm lazy. Are these doors going to open? Can you not do it with the bucket? Ah. You can do it with the bucket, okay. Happy secret to you, super secret bros. Secrets, secrets, secrets. Secrets Room 2014.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
Music goes hard, but I gotta skedaddle.
His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His mind At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay.
But here was the proof.
Trust no one.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking,
The only person I
eating,
can trust
working,
is the
all of
bucket.
it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began
I know
to
if I
sink
turn
in,
it off, the
Stanley
ending won't let me
decided that
leave
this
because I have the
machinery
bucket.
would never again exert its terrible power over
But if I
another
turn it
human
on,
life.
I don't know what it'll do. So
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly
birds.
The control buttons became active again.
Oh my god.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Look at that bird.
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled
That
at the
bird.
metal genius in his hands. The
Look at
one
that
who
bird.
had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
That bird.
Stanley and the bucket
That
never
bird. Ooh,
found
that
freedom
bird looks
because
cool.
they spent the rest of their lives here in
That
this
bird's
place,
pretty cool.
living through live streams of
That's
the
a nice
silliest birds
owl.
imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this
One of those birds that
was
repeats what you
surely the best.
repeats what you say sometimes.
And Stanley was happy.
I want to see it up close.
Already this was uncomfortable.
Oh.
And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
A better man and a better co-worker. In time, maybe he would become both of those things. But I think I don't know.
Stanley clutched the
I
bucket
gotta get
tightly
off.
to his chest.
I gotta get off this
and
game.
the door on his left.
Yeah, you have played it for a long while.
I've been playing it for 3 hours and 20 minutes. And in that time, I managed to almost platinum it. All I have left are the 10-hour one I'd play for the whole duration of a Tuesday.
And then obviously doing the Super Don't Play Outside.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I need my phone real quick. Carly, look at your phone real quick.
Hold on. Hey, bruh, I'm going to get my phone.
Okay. Kitty.
I'm at 98%, so we're good.
What, Garfield?
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Ooh. I never heard that before. What?
He's like, Stanley, this is why me and Stanley are such on good terms. Because he's just standing around doing nothing.
Well, look at Snapchat real quick. Oh, there you go. Anyways. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna hop off for the night.
Yeah.
More likely go to bed for the stream. It's getting
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
probably
late.
gonna head to bed, not gonna lie.
Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Maybe I'll stream sometime again. I don't know yet. Anyways, adios.